Is a recession coming? And if so, what can you do to recession-proof your business? In today's video, I'm going to help you as a coach to recession-proof your business. All right, welcome back. This video is one that honestly I've been thinking about for a couple of days simply because of everything that's been going on right now with, the markets have just been going up and down and people are just unsure of what's going on. Like restaurants are closed, bars and gyms are closed. And this is really just an unprecedented time in the world. I mean, I don't know, when was the last time something like this happened? I do know that I lived through the Great Recession. I graduated into the Great Recession, and I know what that felt like, where it felt like there was just not enough money. Like people were contracting, businesses weren't hiring. I was struggling to try to get a job. I felt like I had skills, but no one would take a chance on me. And it was just a time when things just felt really uncertain. I remember there was this subdivision that I used to pass by, and the years leading up to the recession, they were building there was houses going up. And then for 4 or 5 years straight, the area that they were building, it just stood stagnant. And that's kind of how I knew what was going on. I was like, okay, well, clearly there's something wrong. And I had graduated with a finance degree. So I'd learned about the recession. I learned about how things were, going, and I was living through it and really as it was happening. But it really hit home for me when I graduated in 2010 with a finance degree 2 years after the markets crashed, and I couldn't get a job. And I remember not even being able to get just a entry-level desk job, even without using a finance degree. I was having such a hard time. I started delivering sandwiches for a local sandwich delivery spot. And I remember feeling really helpless, and I felt hopeless, and I felt like, when is this going to change? And as the years went on, I finally got a job around 11 months after I graduated college, and my personal finances started to look up. I paid off over $22,000 of credit card debt. I started saving. I, did a lot of things in those last couple years, in the past 10 years, that have brought me to where I am now, where I'm working for myself full time. I make 6 figures plus every single year. And things are good right now. However, because of what's been happening recently, there's been some talk about, well, are we moving into another recession? Now, will it be another great recession like the previous one where it was the housing market that caused everything to collapse? Or will it simply be a minor correction because, after the Great Recession, there was a lot of money pumped into the economy to keep it going? So we really don't know, no one really knows what that looks like. And, for me, simply based on my beliefs, I do believe that we can withstand and outlast almost anything, especially as someone who lived through the last Great Recession. But if you're, just starting your coaching business, or if you have wanted to start a coaching business, well, you might be thinking is now the right time? Or if you're, maybe you just went full time with it and you're like, well, maybe I should have kept my job because who knows if I'm going to be able to get hired again if there's a recession. So today what I wanted to do was I want to share a little bit of story time and also kind of give you some tips on how to recession proof your coaching business. Because I truly feel like even if there is a recession coming, I've put a lot of things in place to recession proof my coaching business. And I want to help you do the same as well. Okay, so one of the first things to do to recession-proof your coaching business is shift out of one-to-one and into one-to-many. So imagine this. Imagine you've got 8 great clients, and those clients are paying you your 6-figure, plus salary every year. And 2 of those clients decide to drop because of the recession. Well, now you took I should have did the math a lot easier, but let's see, you took about a 20% pay cut. And then suddenly the third client says, well, or doesn't say anything, but suddenly their payment doesn't come through. And then you're like, okay, well now you're down. And then all of a sudden the fourth client contacts you and says, well, things are hard right now. Like I need to save money, so I can't continue. So now you're down to 50% of the clients you had before. You instantly take a 50% pay cut. And something like that is like, it can be difficult. It can be hard on you because like you were working with those 8 clients and you were working with them one-on-one and essentially counting on them for your livelihood and your well-being. And they're being impacted by the so-called recession is just as much as you are, but you're the one that's getting pushed, right? Because they're still going to pay to eat, right? So that's not going to stop for them. They still got to pay for their kids to go to school if that's what they're doing, or paying for their school supplies. Like coaching is the thing that's getting pushed for them. So how do we recession proof that part? Well, it's the shifting from one-to-one to one-to-many. And in a one-to-many situation, let me tell you what those numbers look like instead. So you've got, maybe an hour or 2 that you're working with those same 8 clients versus 8 clients at an hour each. You've got, 1 to 2 hours that you're doing in like a group coaching program or something like that. And because you're only doing a couple of hours for that group coaching program, well, now you have the ability to create some other courses. You have the ability to go out and like diversify your income streams with like affiliate marketing or start creating YouTube videos and make some ad income. And creating a leverage business it helps you because now that you're coaching many people and, with just a couple hours a week, you have more time. With that additional time, you can create other streams of revenue. You can, maybe even take on a full-time job if you need to. But if you were just working with those one-on-one clients, well, your time is limited. Now, this is something that I would recommend whether there's a recession or not. I 100% recommend that you create a leverage coaching business where you're not just working with clients one-to-one, but you're doing a one-to-many. This is exactly what I teach my clients to do inside of You've Got Clients, where I help them create and learn how to market their group coaching program if they have it already. And if they don't, we create it directly inside of You've Got Clients. And then after that, I help them create a webinar so they can fill it every single time and start leveraging their time. Now, one of my clients that I did this with, she did not have a group coaching program before she came into You've Got Clients. She created the outline for it while we were in the program, launched it for the very first time before she even created any content, generated $9,500 in sales within the first couple of days. I think it was like 14 days, and packed her group coaching program full. And she's been doing that over and over and over again. So if you're concerned about, well, I've got one-on-one coaching clients, I really want to encourage you to think about shifting to a more leveraged coaching model and a one-to-many versus a one-to-one. Now, some other ways that you can do this is creating a course. And I like to talk about like a group coaching program versus a course. So with a group coaching program, you'll record the common material as lessons versus a course where you do have that recorded material, but it's a self-study, and a group coaching program would come with like some additional calls. So I explain all of this on the training, the free training that I've got that talks about the You've Got Clients model. And you can just click the link in the description. It's all about the client gaining system that turned 10K into 100K. You'll see it as soon as you go to the description box. All right. The next suggestion and the next tip I have for you in order to recession proof your business is narrow down your targeting and become the go-to expert in one clear thing, like solving one specific problem. The reason that you like this is something that you should do no matter what, but you want to narrow down your target client so that it's easier for you to get referrals. So what happens during a recession is the people who don't have businesses that are as strong, they're going to quickly go out of business. Other people who are like, hey, I still need to make money. I still need to grow my business. I still have goals. I still want to, prepare, be healthy. I still want to do this, that, and the other. Like, how can I do it? People are still living their life, even though there's a recession. There might be less money to go around or, a contraction, but people are still wanting to hire coaches. And if you're the go-to person for that one specific thing, like just because like 10 years of a recession or 3 or 4 years, however long it was, like just because there was a recession happening, people still wanted to get married. They still wanted to find the love of their life. They still wanted to lose that last 10 pounds. Like, people still have goals, whether it's a recession or not. So that's a belief that if you don't have that belief already, go ahead and write that one down, like install that in your subconscious mind. People are still living their life, even though there's a recession. And so the way that you can benefit and recession-proof your business is to become that go-to person. Be the one that people think about. As soon as they say, man, I need to grow my coaching business and I need to get coaching clients. Oh, you should talk to LaTisha because she can help you to fill your coaching program. She can help you create a coaching program and fill it with high quality clients. Like, you've got to be that go-to person for something. What are you the go-to person for? And become really, really good at solving that problem for your ideal client. Get really clear on the person who is going to get the best results with you. Get really good at solving that problem for them, understanding in particular why they have that, like why they are special and they have that particular problem, and be good at helping them solve it. You'll have more business than you know what to do with, whether it's a recession or whether it's, springtime harvest. Understand that millionaires are made during recessions. You'd be surprised like how many people started a business in 2008, 2009, 2010 and are like millionaires now or more, right? Like, business and economy, like, things still move. They just move a little bit slower, but the ball is still rolling. Like, we don't just all end up in a frozen time capsule during a recession. All right. Next tip is to get closer to the true problem. Once again, this is something that you should be doing no matter what. But when you're not close to the true problem, if you are solving a surface level problem and you think that your marketing is clear, what's going to happen is people are going to end up ignoring you, or they've got more pressing problems. Like, you've got to get closer to the true problem. What do I mean by this? What does it mean to get closer to the true problem? As an example, let's say that you are a relationship coach and the thing that you do is to help your ideal client find the love of their life. Well, what's the true problem? Is it that they can't find that person? Or is it that they have a self-esteem issue? Or is it that they have a issue attracting the wrong person? Is it that there's some sort of damage there that they need to fix? Is it a childhood trauma issue? Like, what's the true problem for your ideal client? I just threw out some examples, but what's the true problem for your ideal client? And when you understand that and you can get closer to solving the true problem, that problem is going to affect so many different areas of their life that it's going to be easy for them to make that decision to work with you. Because during a recession, people are really aware of the fact that there are deeper problems. As soon as, for example, they might lose their job, they're like, man, I wish that I would have put my best foot forward more. I wish that I would have been that type of person who tooted my own horn. I wish that I had different skills, or I was, working on my skills on the weekend. I wish I had more motivation. And they start doing self-reflection. And that's where we come in as coaches, right? Because our job is to help our clients get a transformation. But we can't do that until the client realizes that they have a problem. Once you get clear on what's that deeper problem that you solve, right? The why behind the why, which is what we talk about inside of Create and Fill Your Coaching program. Once you get clear on that, it's so much easier for you to speak clearly, directly to your ideal client. And that clear marketing message is one that you need, whether there's a recession or whether it's like springtime harvest. Which of these things do you need help with? If there's something in particular that you need help with, please comment down below. Let me know. Let's get the conversation started. And if this is something that helped you, feel free to tag a friend, share it in one of your favorite groups so that they can see it as well. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Do you think we're headed into a recession? Let me know. See you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.